Penalties, it will have to be. Group huddles all round in Libreville. Quinton Fortune, does Didier Drogba definitely take a penalty here?
I wouldn't, if I was a manager, I wouldn't let him take another penalty.
Wouldn't you?
If he steps up, you know, and tell me he wants to take it, I'll let him take it. But it's about the feeling now and how confident he is and how his mindset is.
Well, he'd probably want to be at the other end because he's not keen on the pitch down this end, but he has to blank that out of his mind, Lauren. Has to forget that, I guess.
Yeah, as Quentin said already, you know, you've got the pressure there, but I think it will step up and it will be one of the
takers. Yeah. I guess the pressure's still on Ivory Coast, though. Zambia, in a way, I wouldn't say they have nothing to lose, Efren, but less to lose. Is that? You see that or not?
There's less pressure on them.
Yeah.
They will see there's some sort of triumph already that they've reached the final, beaten two heavyweights along the way, Senegal and Ghana in a tense semi-final. So lots of pride that they will take back to Lusaka, irrespective of what happens now in the next few minutes. And huge pressure on Ivory Coast, of course, and Drogba should take one. In this instance, the coach really shouldn't be picking players. 5 players have to put their hands up and say, I'll take one. And as captain, leader of the team, the national team, Drogba should be first to put his hand up. If he misses, he misses. Nobody then can accuse him of shying away and being cowardly. Moene, we know, is a good penalty
shot
stopper.
We don't know quite how fit he is. He was wincing slightly, wasn't he?
I hope he's okay. Yeah, I certainly hope he's okay. And because
time.
both their goalkeepers deserve the opportunity to try and lift the trophy for their team.
There's the last-minute instructions for Boubacar Barry. You took one, of course, in 2002, Lauren, when Cameroon won. So you've been in this position.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, you know. You have to be very concentrated and forget about everything around you and be focused on that penalty, you know.
Easier said
this
than done.
This keeper looks good. I think it will be major part of it. He looks very, very confident. So.
The goalkeepers can't lose.
Yeah.
You know, there's no pressure on them at all. You dive one way, it goes the other. Nobody will really blame you. No. Luck.
They're singing again, the Zambians. It's normally a good sign. We are, I think, about to find out who wins this Africa Cup of Nations. More tension, I would suggest, in those ranks. Perhaps that's not surprising. Let's rejoin Peter Drury.
We are about to find out, Matt. Just how soon remains to be seen, because we have a couple of goalkeepers here who take some beating. We have one in particular here who is a specialist in dealing with penalties. And it would appear that the Ivory Coast are going to take theirs first in the person of Cheick Tiote. We were able to hear on the effects microphone from the Zambian coach during the interval before penalties, and his repeated motto was this: this is our time. He believes that this is Zambia's time. He wants his players to remember that. As it is the privilege or pressure for Cheick Tiote to take the first kick, and he scores it.
He did exactly what you should do, Peter. You make your mind up which side you're going to go for and completely commit to it. No doubts, no changing. You sent Moene the wrong way. Very good start.
Boubacar Barry, the Ivorian goalkeeper, you hardly need reminding, has not been beaten in this competition yet. Surely at some point in the forthcoming shootout. Captain goes first. It's Christopher Katongo. How canny was that? Given what's riding on it.
Oh, there's a man in control. You know, he's just had the little pause as he stepped up to it and waited, and the goalkeeper was undecided where to go, got rooted to the spot as he hunched Barry and stuck away very nicely.
Continued togetherness, continued song, not a little prayer. Wilfred Bony. ensuring that spot is up to scratch. One each taken, one each scored. And for Côte d'Ivoire also scores. Very good one.
Yeah, well, that was pretty emphatic, wasn't it? I mean, high and wide. I think even if the goalkeeper had guessed right that time, he wasn't getting there. Excellent spot kick from Wilfred Boney.
Just a reminder that Ivory Coast 1992 shootout, they won 11-10. Emmanuel Mayuka, the star of the Zambian show for the last 3 weeks. Mayuka with another splendid penalty, and the relief that follows it.
But just look at Barry's reaction. I mean, he guessed right this time, the goalkeeper, and he thought he might just get something on it, but it's high enough, isn't it, from Mayuka? And again, it's a very well delivered penalty.
Still no sign of Drogba. Bamba of Leicester City, big centre half, strong in the air, needs to be strong of mind now. What a test of temperament and of person and of technique, and it's saved!
Well, is he going to make him retake it because the goalkeeper moved off his line?
He may get a second go. He may get a second go. He was off his line, mind. I've seen worse. Look, it's the assistant whose flag goes straight up.
I'll tell you what, that's harsh.
Bamba again. And this time he hits the roof of the net.
Well, I mean, he's taken a big gouge as well out of where the penalty spot was. There seems to be a divot almost now. Look at that. It really did cut up. So the next person taking one, he got away with it, Bamba, because the first one wasn't great. And I think it's very harsh on the goalkeeper. But the second one was very strong.
Technically speaking, it was right, Jim, wasn't it? He had come off his line. But my goodness me, plenty of others have. It's chancer now for Zambia, who glimpsed their chance then and had it snatched away, strictly speaking, correctly by officialdom. Chancer to keep the Zambians level. Some have ceased to watch.
He's saying a prayer.
It's answered.
Very, very composed from Chancer. Again, picked the spot and placed it exactly where he wanted. And no problems with the penalty spot, thankfully.
3 each.
And you're right, Peter, after Bamba's penalty, you just wonder where the goalkeepers were when the others were dispatched. You know, it'd be interesting to actually look back on them and see where their position was.
Now, Max Bradel had a really good impact on the game when he came on as a substitute. And it is he who goes eyeball to eyeball with Mawine now. And he scores 2. And the margin for Zambian error is now pretty well nothing.
Superb. Well done, Max Bradel. Superb. He's had a great influence on things.
If this next Zambian penalty were to be missed, we would have match point Ivory Coast. Now powerless, the coach. Believing as a body of men. Felix Katongo. Even though those who have paid to watch can no longer watch. A glance heavenward. A check of this damaged spot. Between the ears. Concentration. desperation, and a fine execution. It is 4-4. In effect, it is now sudden death.
Well, I'm just saying, Peter, look at Barry's position, because he comes out off his line. Now, if he got a hand to that, it's not going to be disallowed as well. But well done again, Felix Katonga. Frustration for Barry.
Which means now that no one really can afford to miss. We have still not seen Didier Drogba. We now see Didier Drogba. The captain, the talisman, the icon, the scorer of 3 goals in this competition, the misser of 2 penalties. This, the 5th and possibly pivotal penalty. My goodness me, this takes fibre. How strong is he? Big man, courage.
Big relief too, because I'm telling you, Peter, no matter how big a character is, he would have been feeling that. And this time he gets it right. And there is a bit of give, isn't there, as he hits it? There's a little bit of a minor slip, but well dispatched, really well dispatched. And that's very impressive from Didier Drogba.
And now the Zambian nation holds its collective breath. The goalkeeper is going to take Mawine, who saved critically in the semi-final, is obliged to score in the final or they lose. These fabulous underdogs from Zambia leaning on their keeper now. Mawine. Calm as you like. 5 each.
Dear, oh dear. That's lovely to see as well, isn't it? The handshake between the 2 goalkeepers. Barry, no hard feelings. You've done me. I mean, it wasn't quite in the corner, but sent the keeper the wrong way, or the other keeper the wrong way, and again, very nicely done.
It was a nice handshake. You know, Barry could hardly look him in the eye, perhaps knowing that positions could very soon be reversed.
Yeah.
90 minutes couldn't separate them. Extra time couldn't separate them. 5 penalties each could not separate them. And it is now officially sudden death. The 6th taker for the Ivory Coast, Siaka Tiene, the left full-back. It's another beauty. My goodness me, there are some good penalties being hit here.
Well, it really is. I mean, lovely loft on it, out of the goalkeeper's reach. And no surprise to see that reaction from his bench.
Who next for Renard? All but expressionless. An evening soaked in tension. Nathan Sinkala, who worked himself to the bone in the Zambian midfield. Doesn't deserve to be a loser. His nation's fortunes hang on his strike of the ball. Sinkala has hit the roof as well with an impeccable take.
That's probably the best of the lot. That, with the pressure on, that was absolutely fantastic. A little kiss on the football, and you know, Peter, for a moment I thought that had sailed over, and then it just kind of made the net move, and oh, perfect, absolutely perfect.
Ivory Coast have what you might perceive to be the preferable position of striking first, but on each of their players there is an obligation. Didier Drogba. Thumps the back of the net. Another emphatic strike. 13 penalties taken, 13 scored.
Well, I mean, Mwine, you know, has gone low again. Another one has gone high and very well executed once more. You just wonder whether, you know, Barry's to face one next, whether he can stand up, stay a little high. They all seem to be going upwards.
Lungu to go next. And every Zambian who steps forward knows that to miss is to lose. Never before champions of Africa. Never faced with a better opportunity. Never encumbered with so much pressure. Chisamba Lungu. Well done, sir. Well done.
Well, I'm not sure whether he's just trying to wind Barry up after putting it away, but again, it was really cool. It was very composed, kept his head. But if it is a wind-up, no need.
And the human pain you feel in advance is for the poor individual who misses. Somebody has to miss. That is the agony of a shootout, whatever its circumstance. The circumstance here is one of such great pressure and expectation. Such great national desire on both parts. Yaya Toure is off the field. Kolo Toure represents the family. For one reason or another, he's been through the mill in recent months. Kolo Toure. Now he prepares for perhaps the most important strike of a football of his often distinguished career.
It's a bit of a run-up.
Saved by Mwine, and this time the flag stays down, and Zambia have match point.
Well, you're right, the flag has stayed down, but you just wonder, was he off his line when he got the touch on it, Mwine? I don't think it was quite in the corner. It was a long run-up from Kolo Toure. It's not nowhere near the corner. And to be fair, you know, he's moved slightly off, but you know, what's different about that, Peter, to what we saw before? That's what I mean.
Poor guy. Poor guy. But it's not done yet. 15 penalties taken, now one missed. The 16th of the contest is the one. The one. Rainford Kalaba. To Zambian song, Zambian prayer, Zambian hope. To inspire Zambian joy. For the underdogs, it couldn't be Zambia this year, could it? Kalaba. He has lifted it over the crossbar, and the agony goes on. Poor fella. Poor chap. His moment has got away from him.
Yeah, and in the zone now, Didier Drogba, skipper, is going to have a word with Jovino. Presuming he's I mean, it was similar, wasn't it, to Drogba's? He's leant back. And maybe there's a little bit of give along the way, but, you know, the singing has stopped. That close to it.
And so the pain goes on, and they were up, ready to party, and the party was postponed, and Jovino wanders forward. Kolo Toure is off the hook. There will be a different victim. The 8th Ivorian taker. Kolo Toure can breathe again. Jovino of Arsenal. Still conjecture around the spot itself.
He couldn't find it. He was about a yard in front.
Horribly damaged turf. Some damaged nerves here too. Jovino has lifted his over. 3 misses in a row. And again, Zambia are on the cusp of continental glory.
That's incredible, isn't it? We wait 14 penalties, one is missed, followed by another 2. And now they have another chance. Trevino, oh, he's devastated. I mean, that is really wayward. It's not even close, is it?
Who next? Who dares go next? Pain for Trevino, ongoing pain for the Ivory Coast, who had to win it this year. Opportunity knocks once more for Zambia. Soto! Champions against all odds, and amid what scenes of elation. Barely fancied on day one, still rank outsiders on the day of the final, but somehow Zambia and their smart, svelte coach have climbed every successive hurdle. Tonight they climbed the highest of them all, and for the first time they are kings of all Africa. Emotional, poignant of course that it should occur in the very city where 30 Zambians lost their lives 2 decades ago. For the team of '93, for all Zambia, for every party goer in Lusaka, for the copper bullets, the gold medal, for the Ivorians' pain, the 14th different champions of Africa are Zambia.
As heartbreaking as it clearly is for Ivory Coast, the pictures tell a story. The injured Musonda carried on to the pitch by his coach to sing with his teammates. Destiny and fate clearly were in Zambia's dugout tonight. Wait that little bit longer. I think he's shaking hands with almost everybody in the stadium. All that remains, of course, is for him, as captain of this Zambia team, to receive from the 2 presidents of Equatorial Guinea and Gabon the trophy. Great scenes for him and his teammates, and no doubt now a million obligations, photos, interviews, but he will love every second and every minute that follows. We are pretty much done. I'm sure the party is just starting, both in Libreville and back in Lusaka. Thank you very much to Quinton, to Lauren and to Effen. Congratulations to Zambia.